It is now February 3rd of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans have expressed different opinions about the movie. The way I see it is that there's a lot of fans who either love it or hate it, and that's the general idea of what the Star Wars community thinks about this movie. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, in case you guys did not know, Kathleen Kennedy talked about this, Bob Iger discussed this, even the editor of the film, Mary Ann Brandon, admitted that this was by far the toughest production for a Star Wars film in the sequel trilogy for multiple reasons, not just because of the firing of Colin Trevorrow, but also because of how less time they had in comparison to The Force Awakens in its principal photography stage, and the reshoots and the rewrites that took place. So, when we look at everything here that has happened between Disney and Lucasfilm, we do know that they are trying to really make things right for the fans with their new Star Wars universe. We're talking about future movies, TV shows, books, novels, video games, and more to come in the near future that's really going to be modeled after the MCU. However, one thing is that a lot of fans have been very curious about many of the deleted scenes for Episode 9, of many of those scenes that were actually a part of the initial cut of Episode 9 that used to be 4 hours and 20-something minutes in length before it was reduced down to 2 hours and change. Now, on top of all of this, what's rather exciting all has to do with one of the deleted scenes where now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker and are moving on to their new Star Wars universe, also known as their new expanded universe. Many fans have been very curious with how Disney and Lucasfilm will handle the franchise moving forward. However, the Star Wars fanbase has always wondered what could have been before the rewrites and the reshoots for the film that took place back in late 2019. Where during this process it led to a series of deleted scenes from the initial cut of the film that was 4 hours and 20-something minutes long in length. It's explained that one of the scenes that were deleted from the film took place in the third act that focused on characters like Luke Skywalker, Rey, and Kylo Ren that took place on the world of Ahch-To during one of their flash fights, where originally both Rey and Ren would duel on the beach of the island of Ahch-To, clashing their sabers with large waves and lightning strikes in the background, where one of the scenes featured a moment where both Rey and Kylo were sprinting toward each other, eventually throwing themselves in the air, flying toward each other where both of their sabers would have killed them both in the process, where the scene was said to involve Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost appearing in the middle and grabbing both Anakin and Kylo's lightsabers by use of the Force, giving both Rey and Kylo a lesson about the Force. This was said to be the see ya around kid moment, where that was actually established in The Last Jedi for both Ben and Luke, where Luke would appear to Kylo revealing that he still lives on in the Force. Luke would be holding both the sabers ignited and would eventually drop them both on the sand of the beach of Ahch-To, where both Rey and Ren to feel a dark side presence later on of the Dark Acolyte, where this was in the early stages before Palpatine took over the Acolyte's body. So, the thing that really stands out to me the most here is, of course, the flash fights, alright? The flash fights are something that was going to be a very big part of Episode 9. It was going to basically bring our hero and our villain, Rey and Kylo Ren, throughout the entire ages of the Skywalker saga of worlds from Episode 1 all the way up until Episode 8. And Episode 8's flash fight was going to be both of them fighting on the beach of Ahch-To. To me, the beach, I think, would have been a better choice to go than the Death Star wreckage. I think it would have been a little bit more different. Now, yes, I know that they brought back the Death Star for nostalgic reasons, obviously. But I think that them fighting on Ahch-To would have really been very unique. It would have been very original. It would have given the fans, I guess you could say, a little bit more respect for that world that we didn't really get to see as much in The Force Awakens, and it would have also given J.J. Abrams to explore more of that island. So, when we look at everything related to the flash fights, obviously they reduced it significantly to the point where the only flash fight that we got in Episode 9 was between both Rey and Kylo Ren on Kijimi and inside of Kylo Ren's new Star Destroyer, right? So, when we look at everything that they wanted to do with Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost actually having the ability to grab these two sabers in mid-air, kind of shows you exactly how that transferred over to the finalized version of the movie, where Rey throws the saber at the burning TIE fighter and Luke Skywalker catches it. You can see where the inspiration came from. Not just that, I don't know if you guys saw the leaked concept art from Colin Trevorrow's version of Episode 9, but originally, Luke was going to have the ability as a Force Ghost to grab the actual red saber blade of Kylo Ren's lightsaber, actually grabbing the blade itself, not the hilt, not the actual handle, but the actual fiery blade. So you can see what they've been trying to do with Force Ghosts and trying to evolve them and everything with the Force, such as flash fights that was kind of disregarded. Very unfortunate. It sounds like J.J. Abrams wanted to be more original. I know some of you out there hate the flash fights. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and that's completely welcome here. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.